Remember that with all wood, the wood
Yeah.
paneling on
Yeah.
those, and that's another thing. You see them come up for sale and they got 200, 300,000 miles, and that's not very collectible to anyone. But you track down a low mileage example of one of those, drive it on weekends, you got a fun car. A lot of people are going to talk to you about it. The one I can't understand is the Plymouth Prowler. You see them change hands all the time. They have low mileage, and sometimes they have more owners than they do miles. And it's just like people get their fix on owning one for a little bit, and then they just move it on to the next person.
It's only a V6, but still, they were fun. They look great.
But that was a car people bought thinking, oh, this is going to be super collectible. And I don't really think it ever hit that mark.
Yeah, I know. There's just so many neat vehicles out there. But trucks are so simple to work on. That's the whole thing, you get the early 80s. They call them the bullnose F series. And, 85, 86, something like that were really neat vehicles for Ford. I mean, I really liked them. And
you can customize them to make them look so cool, whether you lift it or lower it. There's so much you can do with those cars.
Yeah, the old twin I-beam suspension and all that kind of stuff. They were great. And I just, that you can buy an old, the old school big Bronco, and they were okay. You can still get them halfway decent deal for less than 20. And they were just neat. They just got horrible fuel economy. That's all it was. If you got a Bronco that got 13 miles a gallon, you did really good. So, that's the only thing bad about those. All right. So, it's been a good show. All right, folks, coming up next, we're going to talk to a lady named Cheryl McCollum. And she is from General Motors. She's going to talk about the effect that General Motors has with on the whole country. How one out of every 7 jobs is directly tied to
in the small
General
town
Motors.
of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Hiya, Queen of All Knowledge here, reminding you, creeps out there on the internet hack, scam, and trick savvy cyber users every day. But we can fight back. It's as easy as IC3. If you're a victim of online crime, don't give up. Visit IC3, the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center. Your tips help the FBI track down cyber criminals around the world. Report your crime to www.ic3.gov today.
This is Everett Fitzhugh, the radio voice of the NHL Seattle Kraken, and when I want to catch up with Youngstown sports, I tune in to Western Reserve Radio, WRDB, The Scourge.
Trip, but where are you going to stay? How much will it cost? Well, it'll cost less by booking on besthotelrates.com. BestHotelRates.com works with all the top hotels in the country while delivering you great hotel and room choices for the best prices. Why wait? Go to BestHotelRates.com, enter your email address, and start shopping for your next hotel room. BestHotelRates.com, it's in the name. BestHotelRates.com.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See, we didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
If you're missing the cash-in with Jason Page, then you're missing this.
Not to get all geeky, but his
get geeky, please.
A lot of his underlying stats, like barrel rate and just average exit velocity, they all looked great last year. Well, it was kind of a there we go. All right, you were setting me up the entire time. I'm done.
Barrel rate. Can I do a little ASMR?
I mean, if you are going to start that OnlyFans, I think that could go well.
In play.
Expected Expected ERA.
Expected wins above replacement. Oh, that's great. Nothing turns me on more than batted balls in play.
Expected WOBA.
The Cash In, weeknights at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on Sports Map Radio.
First Name Sports with Greg Frank.
Victor Wembanyama says that the NBA is less physical than European basketball. You played 2 summer league games. Victor Wembanyama is kind of calling everybody in the NBA soft. There was already going to be a target on this guy's back. Now I'm sure the first time the Spurs play the Warriors, Draymond's going to remind him, you're in the NBA, brother, and we're not all pansies.
First Name Sports, weekday afternoons from 2 to 4 Eastern.
If you're missing the Cash In with Jason Page, then you're missing this.
I don't think there is a decision to be made. I think he'll talk a tough game. I think he'll get all the attention and PR out of it. I think he'll be able to rest up and not report during training camp and make sure his body is right for the start of the regular season. But week 1, when the New York football Giants take to the field, coming off a playoff win last year against the Vikings, a big upset in the postseason, Saquon Barkley will be on the field for the New York Giants. Mark it down, 8:11 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday, July 19th, Jason Page said it. When the Giants host the Cowboys on September 10th at 8:20 p.m. Eastern, Saquon Barkley will be in uniform. Saquon Barkley will be on the field.
The Cash In, weeknights at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific on Sports Map Radio.
Sports Kings with Mean Gene.
I got an email yesterday, and they said, Mean Gene, we love your show. Sports Kings is all good, but you guys are not talking hockey, okay? And I replied back, okay, well, I don't know if you realize or not, but we are black. And we don't know a lot about hockey, okay? I'm sorry. We're trying our best. We get you some scores, but I'll be damned if we're going to sit up here and talk about something we don't know about.
Sports Kings, weekday afternoons from
You're
4
listening to WRDB, Western Reserve Digital Broadcasting, Youngstown, Warren, Salem, and around the world.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local live events. Tune in and be a part of their live weekly shows, as well as all of the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the GDFL. Find them at westernreserveradio.com. Tune in and the Live 365 app to be a part of the area's sports conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio and on Twitter at WR_radio.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Located in Applewood Estates in Boardman Township, the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club offers a pleasant family environment. Choose a membership that meets your needs and enjoy a relaxing venue that includes not only swimming for the family, but also youth activities such as competitive swimming, tennis, and more. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere all summer long with the staff and members of the Applewood Swim and Tennis Club. For more information, go to applewoodswimandtennis.com or call 330-953-2833.
It's time to kick back and listen to the Sports Page with your host, Pat Lucia, right here on Western Reserve Radio. You can call the show at 330-707-4202 and tell everyone what's on your mind in the wonderful world of sports. Now, here's your host, Pat Lucia.
manager is concerned, Joe, I will say the one thing that I've noticed is it seems like Team Europe has taken a much tougher stance against the live golfers as opposed to the American team. I mean, we saw Zach Johnson and Brooks Koepka playing practice rounds together, laughing together, probably talking about the Ryder Cup together. You know, Luke Donald and Rory McIlroy, they're not giving Richard Bland, they're not giving Lee Westwood, they're not giving Sergio Garcia the time of day. Do you think you could see a situation where one team decides to allow